Okay, let me come at this from a different place. You know that moment when you sit down at night, lights low, remote in hand, and you just want the screen to disappear? That's the moment the Hisense U8 starts to make sense. This is for the kind of person who doesn't just watch content, you absorb it. You care about immersion. You want the room to fade, the distractions to drop, and the screen to pull you in without effort. You've reached the point where mediocre visuals quietly ruin the experience for you. Before you sink into this, check the current price and stock. TVs in this tier don't stay predictable, and waiting often turns into paying more or missing the timing entirely. You probably had the realization already. Maybe a dark scene looked flat when it should have felt intense. Maybe fast motion pulled you out of the moment. Or maybe brightness never felt powerful enough during daytime viewing. You knew the content wasn't the problem, the display was. The first night with this changes your expectations fast. Highlights don't just get brighter, they feel intentional. Dark scenes hold detail instead of collapsing into gray. Motion stays clean, controlled, and natural. You stop adjusting settings and start trusting what you're seeing. You feel it during late-night movies when contrast gives scenes real depth. You notice it in sports when motion stays sharp instead of smeared. You experience it while gaming when responsiveness feels immediate and fluid. Even casual viewing feels elevated, like everything is finally being shown the way it was meant to be seen. The performance doesn't overwhelm, it convinces. Brightness feels confident, not harsh. Motion feels smooth, not artificial. And once you experience that balance, weaker screens feel distracting instead of familiar. Take another look at availability before deciding. Displays that combine intensity with control tend to sell faster than expected. If you're wondering whether it's too much TV, that doubt fades quickly. Power becomes comfort. And here's the surprise benefit: versatility. Daytime viewing finally works without closing curtains, and nighttime viewing still feels cinematic instead of blinding. Owning this feels satisfying in a quiet way. You don't feel like you chase specs, you feel like you chose presence. There's pride in knowing your screen can handle anything you throw at it without compromise. Bright scenes feel alive and dimensional. Dark scenes stay rich and detailed. Motion feels smooth and controlled. Gaming feels responsive and immersive. Everyday viewing feels premium. Yes, it's not meant for tiny spaces. And you'll want to dial settings to your taste. At some point, you stop comparing panels and numbers. You choose the screen that makes you want to sit down and watch again. Check the price, check the stock, and make the move while it still feels easy. This is one of those upgrades people delay out of habit, and then wonder why they waited once every scene finally feels this complete.